Good morning, students. This is Mr. Farmer. Good morning. I just wanted to go over today's lesson. For the next couple of days, you've been working on a organ called the liver. And the liver isn't studied very often, so there's not really much known about it. Usually students don't know much about it, I should say. And so today's lesson just was to give you a little idea of what the liver does for you when it comes to excretion. Remember, getting rid of waste that your body does not need. The liver is not considered a primary organ of excretion because the liver doesn't excrete any chemicals, doesn't excrete any waste. It helps to excrete waste, and because it's just a helper organ, it's not considered a primary organ of excretion. It's considered a secondary organ of excretion, and the liver does do other things to help your body to function. So I'm just going to briefly go over the list of things that the organs do and just give you an introduction to the terms so you know and understand. Some harmful substances in your body that your body's trying to get rid of, the liver kind of weakens those substances so they're not as harmful. And they literally become almost harmless. And that's one function of the liver. Another function is the liver changes, the harmful substances. It makes substances that are normally waste become actually used of the body. So that's another thing. The liver makes something called bile. And some of you may have heard what bile is. Bile is a substance that breaks down the fats that you eat, and so bile is very, very important in breaking down the fats because they're hard to break. They're harder to break down, that food. So bile is very important. So have you ever heard of bile? And some people, when they throw up in the back of their throat, they say they taste a little bile. It's really something that's excreted by the liver, and it helps to break down fats. Now, the liver does something called combining. So the liver will also combine harmful substances, and that helps in excretion as well. So the liver actually does a combination of ammonia and some carbon dioxide. All right, and so the liver combines these two harmful wastes, and together they form urea. And then the blood carries the urea to the kidneys. So urea actually is first developed in the liver itself, not in the kidneys, as we learned last week. So the liver does this combination, and you'll see that on your sheet as well. Also, as your red blood cells die, you have to get rid of them. So they're just like dead skin. So once the blood cells are dead in the body, what happens is that the liver kind of breaks those down so that your body can get rid of them, and then they pass into your digestive tract, all right, in your intestines, and then they're eliminated that way as well. So those are some of the many ways in which the liver kind of helps. Remember, most important, the liver is not a primary organ of excretion. It's a secondary organ of excretion because basically it just helps in excreting, but it doesn't really excrete any substance at all. The liver is the one organ that produces bile, and remember, bile breaks down fats. The liver weakens, the liver changes, the liver also combines. And so the urea that arrives at the kidneys, remember, that comes from the liver, which is a combination of ammonia and carbon dioxide. You should be able to get through the next couple of days with just this useful information. And you don't even really have to do the reading if you don't want to. You can just watch this video and you should be able to answer all the questions. If you do have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact me through Google Classroom or through Remind. And I want you guys to have a great day. Have a nice day.